Introduction to the Rebirth of Scattered Novels. Han Dai met He Yuxiao online and started chatting later. She learned that He Yuxiao was a top student, so Han Dai admired him even more because he was a poor student and his grades were not very good in the class. In the end, they got together. It was not easy for them to be together, and after many difficulties, they finally got married. Chapter 1. Silence. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 1. Silence. The late night before the start of summer vacation is painful, and Han Dai, who has just entered high school, deeply understands it. At this moment, she is crawling on the table, rushing to finish her summer homework. I didn't expect to be admitted to Nanhai No. 1 High School, which is a famous high school in the city, but there were so many summer preview assignments before the start of the school year. I can imagine how painful she is, but who made her summer vacation so open, playing for more than 2 months, this is also what she deserves. Her best friend Xia Lu said everywhere, who told you not to do your homework in advance, and now you're asking me to help you with it. You're such a fool. Han Dai couldn't even bother to say anything now, working hard to finish her homework. Exhausted finally finished writing, Han Dai stretched lazily, as if releasing all the exhaustion from her body. I picked up my phone and realized that it was already 1 o'clock. Xia Lu also sent a message. The homework taken from your home has been completed and will be given to you tomorrow. If you come to me again as a laborer, you're doomed. Thank you, best friend. Just as she finished her post, Han Dai felt as if her body was trapped in a blanket and fell asleep. Han Dai didn't even want to say a word now, working hard to finish her homework until late at night. Soon, it was time for school to start. As a result, the homeroom teacher Li Jia said, in order for you to study hard, the school has decided to have a class division exam. Students who do well can go to Class A, those who do poorly can go to Class C, and those who do poorly are average students in Class B. You should work hard. Han Dai was frightened by this news, because her grades were not very good and she was still a bit worried. She quickly went to her best friend Lu Xiaoxia and said, "Girl, help me, homeroom teacher. She wants to have a class division exam. What should I do? I don't know many math problems. Can you teach me?" Lu Xiaoxia seemed to be on the verge of collapse and nodded reluctantly. "All right, Xiao Dai, then you should listen carefully and not sleep like last time." "All right. I won't be sleeping like last time." The class division exam was coming soon, and after multiple lectures by Lu Xiaoxia, Han Dai's science score improved significantly. Fortunately, both of them were in Class A, which was Lu Xiaoxia's credit. Without her teaching Han Dai, she might have been in Class B now. Han Dai happily asked, "My dear, I'll take you out to eat delicious food today." "Okay." Lu Xiaoxia happily agreed. After all, they both had similar tastes, so she chose a hot pot restaurant that they often went to. That restaurant was the most famous near the school, and after finishing, they went home. Han Dai returned home tired and lay in bed, playing the piano piece that she loved playing when she was a child on WeChat. She was very happy today because she was not only assigned to Class A, but also won games time and time again. However, the last time he matched someone Han Dai and played with her many times, but this time she couldn't win no matter what. Han Dai didn't know why, so she added him as a friend and asked, "Why are you so awesome? I can't even beat you." "I feel okay, I haven't played for a long time, so I'm just playing today." Han Dai asked, "Ah. You're so amazing, how old are you? What's your name?" "I'm much older than you. I'm 21 years old, and my name is He Yuxiao." Han Dai said happily, "Ah, I'm so much older than me. I'm only 14 years old, and my name is Han Dai." He Yuxiao said, "Ah, how small it is. I'm even a freshman, haha." This made Han Dai angry. "What's wrong with you? You're still laughing, believe it or not, I'll hit you." He Yuxiao said in confusion, "How can you hit me? Can't you hit me through the phone screen?" Huh, you can't beat me either. I'm stronger than you. Han Dai was so angry that she couldn't breathe. She had never seen someone so eloquent before, and she was speechless in an instant. He Yuxiao teased and said, I'm joking with you, you think I'm serious. You little girl, movies are really fun. Han Dai's face turned red with anger, and she said, now that you're in your freshman year, can you teach me science? I'm not very good at science. He Yuxiao readily agreed, all right. Anyway, I also have some time. I can teach you. Han Dai asked, where are you studying? I'm at Nanhai No. 1 middle school. He Yuxiao said, I'm at Beihai University, little girl, movies. Your grades are good, but surprisingly. I'm at Nanhai No. 1 middle school, said Han Dai. It's okay. I'm not good at science. It's okay, I'll teach you in the future. Chapter 2. Being a brother. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Han Dai said to Lu Xiaoxia early in the morning, girl. I added a handsome guy while playing games yesterday. He's in his freshman year. He said he can still teach me science. Ha ha ha, happy. Oh, how good. That's great. The classes are really difficult now. On the first day of school, you found a top student. That's great. Lu Xiaoxia really felt happy for Han Dai. Lu Xiaoxia also wanted Han Dai's academic bully to give her a lecture, so she gossiped and asked, how old is that academic bully? Han Dai pouted and said disdainfully, it seems like he's over 20. Lu Xiaoxia was drinking water when she heard Han Dai say he was in his 20s and almost didn't spray water on Han Dai. Han Dai looked surprised and shouted directly at Lu Xiaoxia, sister, can you be more reserved? Can you not react too much? After all, they are all college students, and it's normal to be in their 20s. Lu Xiaoxia looked at Han Dai with a look of grievance, like a poor little cat. The academic bully was originally in his prime. It's too big. Han Dai did feel that He Yuxiao was too old, not too old, because in terms of age, he was still considered young. Just thinking about it, it was funny, and he felt like he could be my brother. He can help me study science, I won't dislike him, after all, I met him online. Lu Xiaoxia smiled slightly and didn't say anything because she knew that Han Dai wouldn't be deceived, and she was very vigilant about people online. At night, Han Dai lay in bed playing with her phone. The phone beeped and the message rang. The main screen showed that He Yuxiao had sent a message. Han Dai clicked inside to take a look. If you are not good at science, I have bought you several sets of homework and test questions. You can write them first. I have enrolled you in an online course, and you can go and listen. Han Dai was taken aback by what the situation was like. Writing test questions was already exhausting, why are there so many now? It scared her to jump off the bed. Why are you taking online classes for me? You're still buying so many test questions, He Yuxiao patiently explained. Because last time you said you wanted me to teach you science, and I've been a bit busy lately, so I bought you test questions first. If you don't know, you can ask, and I'll talk to you. Han Dai's head is now as big as a watermelon, scratching helplessly. I don't have much time lately, and the study schedule is too full, so I don't have time to write test questions. At this moment, Han Dai is in a hurry to not write test questions. The purpose is to make He Yuxiao believe that he has a lot of courses at school. The man across from him appeared somewhat speechless and didn't know how to speak for a moment. It's okay, just write when you have time, it will be helpful to you. For the first time, Han Dai felt that a friend of the opposite sex was so devoted to her and wanted him to be her brother. From a young age, Han Dai wanted a brother. Whenever she saw another child being held by an older brother, she envied her very much. Although she had 2 brothers who doted on her, she had already gone to work abroad, so she began to envy others. Her 2 brothers were very doting on her when she was young, but she still wanted to see light in Han Dai's eyes. She spoke without hesitation, "Can you be my brother? I really like you. I have always wanted to have a brother, even though I have two brothers, they are not in China." Obviously, He Yuxiao doesn't have a sister, and he also likes her. He believes that her sister should be the princess of the world and has always been favored by her brother. "Okay. I also like my sister very much, and I can spoil you in the future." Han Dai hopes that his older brother can bring him a sense of security. He is the best person in the world, and even online, he cannot define himself arbitrarily. He Yuxiao has always wanted a younger sister because he also has an older sister at home. He has always wanted a cute and beloved younger sister to spoil him. In fact, He Yuxiao had been interested in Han Dai since she was a child. In fact, he had liked her for a long time, but it was not suitable to tell her now. He learned that Han Dai would play piano today, so he went to play himself. He wanted to try his luck, but knew that God was helping him, and they were actually matched together. He Yuxiao was shocked for a long time on the spot. Chapter 3. Sisters petted by brother netizens. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Han Dai was very happy to meet her online friend's brother. Early in the morning, He Yuxiao saw Han Dai with a smile on her face. "What's going on, what's so happy?" He Yuxiao felt that Han Dai was getting abnormal and asked. Han Dai was happy like a child and said, "Hee, that's the netizen I'm online. He's my brother now, and I really like him." He Yuxiao always felt that her best friend was going to be scammed away by others, but it was rare for Han Dai to be so happy and not say anything. She just wanted her to pay more attention and not easily believe people online. He Yuxiao snorted, "Anyway, you will be scammed later. You don't even know how to count money for others. Don't blame me for not reminding you, you are such an easy-to-deceive little girl." Han Dai didn't listen to what He Yuxiao said because her online friend brother is really good to her. International Children's Day came in the blink of an eye. It was really fast. Han Dai was also looking forward to her for a long time, and no one had accompanied her. But this year was different. He had a brother who doted on his internet friends. Although he could not see him, he bought a lot of snacks for Han Dai, and many dolls, which were all things Han Dai liked. Although all of this did not happen in real life, she was already very happy. "Sister, be good, brother will accompany you on this Children's Day, and every Children's Day you will celebrate in the future, you will have a brother to accompany you. You are the only one that your brother dotes on, and you are the precious treasure that your brother dotes on." Han Dai happily danced her hands and feet because she had never imagined that in such a hypocritical world online, she could still find a big brother who is good to herself. This is a beautiful life that ordinary people envy. Every girl has a brother who dotes on her, the kind of brother, "I also like you, you are my only precious treasure, and I will not leave you." He Yuxiao has seen photos posted by her sister that are really cute, very obedient and suitable for being a little princess. "Is it okay for my brother to take you online to post fireworks, see the most beautiful fireworks, okay?" Han Dai couldn't close her mouth happily. Okay, I love watching fireworks with my brother the most." He Yuxiao operated the software and soon many beautiful fireworks appeared in front of the screen. Although He Yuxiao likes the younger sister he knows, he still hopes that her science can be greatly improved. He gave her a gift for Children's Day, which included several sets of test papers. Han Dai was surprised when she received the gift, but she didn't expect her brother to give her another set of test questions. Han Dai coquettishly said to her brother, "Brother, can I not write the test questions? Seeing these questions makes my brain ache and I don't want to write them." He Yuxiao knew about this little girl's film and didn't want to write the test questions, so he tempted her, "If you write the test questions obediently, my brother will buy you a lot of snacks, and there are many rewards." Han Dai had better be deceived. Whatever others say is what they say, let alone if it's her brother. She half believed it with suspicion. "Okay, brother, but these questions are really difficult." He Yuxiao shook her head and sighed, you're such a little fool. You can ask brother if you don't know it. He Yuxiao began to doubt himself. Why did he recognize a foolish sister? She wasn't very smart, but she was easy to deceive, haha. Chapter 4. Being ridiculed by my brother is a fool. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Han Dai was not very interested in science at first, so there were naturally many areas she didn't understand. Today, her older brother even taught her exercises, which was really difficult. My older brother always felt that this sister had very little knowledge of science, so it can be said that she didn't have it directly, but he was also very patient in explaining. But later on, there was a bit of a problem. When He Yuxiao asked something, Han Dai said she didn't know, and she still couldn't solve the problem after 3 or 4 times. He Yuxiao's angry voice was almost hoarse. Han Dai felt that it was very difficult for her to study science. She ranked first in all her grades in humanities and was almost counting down in science. She shed tears of sadness and said, "Brother, am I really stupid? I still can't write the questions you taught 3 or 4 times." He Yuxiao said, "I can't blame you all. Maybe it's because I taught you a wrong way, that's why you can't listen. Don't lose heart and take it slowly. You need to have confidence in yourself." Throughout the afternoon, He Yuxiao was giving lectures to Han Dai. Obviously, Han Dai sacrificed her time playing with Lu Xiaoxia. Ding ding, the screen showed that you had a new message, please check it out. Lu Xiaoxia was like a bomber sending a lot of messages. Han Dai coldly said, "I am studying science, don't disturb me." Lu Xiaoxia was startled by this sudden momentum. What's wrong with this little girl? She has never studied science, which tendon is wrong? How abnormal today. Han Dai studied for a whole day, but rarely learned anything. He Yuxiao was so angry that he was taking his life out of talking to this little thing. He shouted angrily, "You didn't listen to me seriously when I talked about the topic. It was only then that I talked about it. Now you don't know how to do it. How stupid are you?" Han Dai was extremely aggrieved. "I don't know, I just can't remember." "Woo woo 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 woo, you still called me a fool. I am the first in the liberal arts class, super powerful." Han Dai didn't want to pay attention to He Yuxiao anymore, and kept saying she is a fool. "Oh, sister, don't be angry, brother is wrong. I'll talk about it today." "How about it? If you talk too much, I'm afraid you'll forget about it." Just a small amount and a few more times after a day of questioning, He Yuxiao's voice was so hoarse that he couldn't speak. Han Dai noticed that He Yuxiao's voice was not right and quickly asked, "Brother, what's wrong with you? Why can't your voice speak?" At this moment, Han Dai was as anxious as an ant on a hot pot, scratching her head. "Brother, why don't you go to the hospital to get medicine? It's all because of me, you're like this." He Yuxiao smiled and said, "It's okay, it's just a small matter. I'll be fine tomorrow." Han Dai felt extremely ashamed in her heart. It was because of her brother's inability to speak with him on the topic that He Yuxiao was moved by this sister, because most people do not care about others. Besides, He Yuxiao went to the hospital to get medicine, and the doctor said it was not a big deal. She just rested and recovered, the doctor said to rest more and it would be better. "Oh, sister, don't worry. I've been tired all day since I was fine. How do you feel?" "I'm happy to learn, even though I haven't learned much." Han Dai also felt it. Learning the problem was really happy, and the fatigue of the day dissipated a lot. "Yes, brother is really happy today. It should be that he was happy with you." He Yuxiao nodded happily, because he was separated by a phone screen, otherwise He Yuxiao would have picked up Han Dai. Han Dai has great perseverance and confidence in learning, but she can't remember some formulas and easily forgets them, so she practices question types every day. Later, she was admitted to a university she was satisfied with. Han Dai's 2 older brothers, who have been abroad for a long time and rarely contact them, are busy managing companies, and her second brother performs in the entertainment industry. Chapter 5. Hidden Love. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. De co lois ara trong quatrin lay text. Chapter 6. Confession. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. Han Dai was wearing a snow-white dress, lying on the bed playing with her phone, revealing her snow-white skin and making people drool. Ding ding ding, you have a new message. Han Dai clicked in to take a look, with a note on the top message. The puzzled man clicked in the message and said, "Little cutie, what are you doing?" Han Dai said, "I'm playing with my phone in bed." He Yuxiao wants to confess to Han Dai tonight because she is his favorite girl and doesn't want to be robbed by others. So he wants to take action immediately and turn Han Dai back to his own home. He Yuxiao asked, "Do you have time tonight? I want to take you out to play." Han Dai jumped out of bed excitedly when she saw the news. Good, good. Han Dai loves to go out and play the most. She looks like a young child who is already 20 years old and still has a child's mind. She likes things that children like. After dressing up for a while, Han Dai drove out of the villa in the sports car her father bought for her. When she arrived at the place where He Yuxiao said it, not far away, she saw a tall and handsome man wearing a suit, very elegant. Many people stared at He Yuxiao and liked his appearance. The man not far away saw himself and waved to Han Dai, "Han Dai, I'm here." Han Dai ran towards him happily. Han Dai carefully stared at He Yuxiao, feeling that this man was so familiar with him. I don't know where I've seen him before. This man's temperament is really amazing, and many fans like He Yuxiao. He is recognized as a male god, and he hasn't even gotten married at 28 years old. He Yuxiao saw Han Dai staring at him for a long time and asked, "Is there something on my face? Why are you staring at me all the time, or are you liking my appearance?" Han Dai almost laughed out, "There's nothing on your face. Can you stop being narcissistic? Why are you getting old? Who would like you? I like a little white face." Han Dai still can't remember. This man is really familiar, but he doesn't know where he has seen He Yuxiao. When he saw the girl in front of him, he really wanted to kiss her. He Yuxiao suppressed his anger in his heart. "Han Dai, why do you keep looking at me? I'll be shy. It just feels familiar to you. I seem to have seen you somewhere before, but I can't remember where I saw you." He Yuxiao smiled. "You must have seen me on TV. Our He group is currently working on charity, and I am in charge of this. After all, I am a CEO. Han Dai then remembered. Yes, I saw you on TV. To be honest, you are really handsome. If you have a girlfriend, she must be very happy." He Yuxiao asked in confusion, "Why do you say that?" Han Dai smiled and said, "Because you look handsome, have a sense of security, and are very spoiled." Yes. I really like to spoil my girlfriend, and I will treat her well. So who do you want my girlfriend to be? Han Dai was drinking water when she heard what He Yuxiao said, and her water almost sprayed out. Of course it's the person you like. Why are you asking this? Do you want me to go find it for you? He Yuxiao sighed and took out the ring, kneeling on one knee. I actually like you, I hope you're my girlfriend. Are you willing? Han Dai was at a loss for a moment and covered her face with her hand, showing a surprised expression. She couldn't even say a word. Willing. He Yuxiao excitedly put the ring on Han Dai's hand, picked her up, and then lifted her mouth to kiss deeply. Han Dai was almost suffocated by the kiss. Woo, can you be gentle? I'm almost suffocated. He Yuxiao looked at Han Dai excitedly. Baby, I'm just too excited. I didn't expect you to agree to be with me. Chapter 7. Baby is a big vinegar jar. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. He Yuxiao has been doting on Han Dai since she brought her home, and now she has grown white and gained some weight. Super cute, because He Yuxiao has a lot of money at home. As the CEO, he doesn't go to the company very much. He hands it over to his assistant He Yuxiao, who is very capable. He basically manages the company for He Yuxiao, and He Yuxiao takes his girlfriend out to play every day. Xiao Lu sat in the car and vaguely saw Han Dai and his boyfriend together. Han Dai, you're with He Yuxiao now. I envy your sweet love so much. Han Dai asked in confusion, how did you know? I didn't tell anyone. Xiao Lu was proud. Because I saw you walking with He Yuxiao, holding your little hand, so envious. Han Dai sighed helplessly, with a hint of anxiety on her face. Lulu, don't envy me. Just find a boyfriend. I don't envy myself at all, just He Yuxiao is so handsome. Many people are watching him while walking on the street, and there are also many young fans who like him. Xiao Lu didn't know how to say to Han Dai, so Han, if you ask He Yuxiao to wear a mask when he leaves, it should reduce the attention of so many people. After thinking for a moment, Han Dai could only do this. She turned around and went to buy a mask. When she returned, she saw a beautiful little sister who wanted to add He Yuxiao's WeChat account and was very close to him. She could hear their conversation faintly. The young lady said, "Handsome guy, can you add a WeChat account? You're really the most beautiful person I've ever seen." He Yuxiao said coldly, "No, I have a girlfriend. She went to buy something for me. Please leave quickly. Otherwise, my girlfriend will be angry." The young lady could only leave with a gloomy expression. Han Dai angrily approached He Yuxiao and said, "What's the situation? We just fell in love and went to find someone else." "Humph, I'm ignoring you." Han Dai angrily threw her mask on him, and He Yuxiao put on her mask and patiently explained, "Baby, it's the woman just now. She saw that I'm too handsome, so she asked me to WeChat. I told her I have a girlfriend, and then she left. Baby, don't be jealous, okay?" Han Dai reluctantly nodded and stumbled upon the chat record between He Yuxiao and a girl. She pointed to his phone and was momentarily stunned. He Yuxiao realized that his girlfriend had just turned home and started to get jealous. "Baby, this is my cousin, not anyone else. She asked me to take her out to ice skate, and I told her I wanted to accompany you, but I didn't go," she said. Han Dai panted and hit He Yuxiao's chest. "Baby, are you taller than me? You can't even hit my chest. Do you want me to hold you up and hit me?" Han Dai was so angry with this man that she walked forward angrily, ignoring He Yuxiao. He Yuxiao took out a trick, picked up Princess Han Dai, and put her in the car. She could hear the little girls panting slightly, and even cried, let go of me, I want to get off the car, don't be with you." Without saying a word, He Yuxiao kissed Han Dai's lips, blocked her mouth from speaking, and passionately kissed her. He Yuxiao held down Han Dai's hands, preventing her from struggling. Han Dai's face turned red from being kissed, feeling suffocated. Only then did He Yuxiao slowly release his mouth. "He Yuxiao. You're so bad, you know how to bully me. Baby, next time you can't be jealous, okay? You can't be angry, otherwise I'll take you to bed." Han Dai covered her ears and didn't want to hear He Yuxiao speak. He Yuxiao, the assistant driving in the front row, was speechless. Can't the CEO go back and bully him, a single dog, and scatter dog food in the car? Chapter 8. Obey your husband's words. You are listening at novelfull.audio. He Yuxiao took Han Dai out to eat steak, and the little girl said she didn't want to eat anything. He Yuxiao, I want to eat skewers, they are delicious and fragrant, take me. The little girl teased Han Dai and begged him no matter how much, because eating skewers would cause allergies, acne on her face, and red spots all over her body. Otherwise, He Yuxiao would have let Han Dai eat it long ago. Baby, you can't eat skewers. Be obedient, my husband will take you to eat steak. Han Dai tilted her head and rushed towards the skewers without paying attention. When He Yuxiao saw it, he couldn't stop him. Han Dai was holding skewers in her hand, and her mouth was already stuffed with a lot. He Yuxiao angrily rushed forward to Han Dai, picked her up, snatched the skewers in her hand, and threw them all into the trash can. He Yuxiao shouted loudly, "I told you not to eat skewers. You'll feel uncomfortable again if you're allergic later." The aggrieved Han Dai stared at He Yuxiao. Why are you throwing me skewers? You're a bad man. Han Dai rubbed all her tears against He Yuxiao's clothes, asking him not to give him skewers to eat. He Yuxiao didn't mind because it had been like this many times. He Yuxiao suddenly felt that the woman in his arms was not right. He looked down and his whole body was covered in red spots, and his breath became slow. He Yuxiao quickly held Han Dai to the bed, and in no time, Huiqiu brought the doctor. "Doctor, quickly show my wife how she's doing." "Mr. He, what kind of allergic food did Madam eat?" He Yuxiao said anxiously, "She's allergic to skewers after eating skewers." The doctor gave Han Dai a shot. "Madam will be fine soon, Mr. He, don't worry." After Huiqiu and the others left, Han Dai woke up in a short while. He Yuxiao stared at Han Dai, feeling that she was about to finish. He covered her head with a blanket, and He Yuxiao lifted it with his big hand. Han Dai looked at He Yuxiao with tearful eyes. "Husband, I was wrong, I will listen to you in the future." He Yuxiao's hand flowed on Han Dai's body, and Han Dai's figure was also excellent. Han Dai could only rely on He Yuxiao. She nervously hugged He Yuxiao's neck and said, "Baby, wife is good, don't be nervous, husband will be fine." He Yuxiao also felt extremely sorry, but there was no way anyone could let his family's baby eat things recklessly. This was punishing her, and his voice was hoarse, saying, "Husband, I know I was wrong, I won't eat skewers again in the future." Not believing what Han Dai said, Han Dai can no longer speak and her body is weak. She just doesn't know why her husband is so energetic. "Baby, in the future, you should listen to what your husband says, otherwise he will be even more powerful than tonight." Han Dai nodded immediately, afraid that He Yuxiao would come and disturb her. Han Dai had already seen her husband's strength, and could only obediently listen in the future. "Baby wife, I will take you to take a shower, and after we finish washing, we will go to bed." Han Dai was carried by He Yuxiao into the big bathroom, and He Yuxiao carefully washed Han Dai's body. In a short while, he placed Han Dai on the soft big bed. Han Dai's eyes couldn't open long ago, and as soon as she placed them on the bed, she fell asleep. He Yuxiao looked at his precious wife and couldn't help but kiss her a few more times. His soft face was kissed several times by He Yuxiao, and he hugged his wife and fell asleep. The next morning, He Yuxiao woke up Han Dai and said, "Baby, get up. Your husband has fed you food, get up quickly." Han Dai stretched out her waist and pouted, "No, I still need to sleep. My body hurts." After saying that, he covered the blanket and turned around to continue sleeping. He Yuxiao didn't say anything more. After all, he is his beloved wife and needs to be pampered. Chapter 9. Birthday Gifts for Babies. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The cold butterfly lying in bed moved and woke up He Yuxiao beside her, saying, "Baby, you woke up. Are you tired last night?" Han Dai now wanted to kick He Yuxiao out of bed and rolled her eyes to tell him, "You don't have a number in your heart." He Yuxiao chuckled in a muffled voice, no longer teasing his own little fool. He Yuxiao got up and prepared breakfast, oil tea, sandwiches, and fried eggs, then went to wash his own treasure. He Yuxiao held Han Dai to the dining table and said, "Baby, eat fast. Come with me to the company later." Han Dai pouted, "Don't go, it's not fun at all." He Yuxiao didn't give Han Dai an opportunity to explain, so he hugged someone and went to his own Rolls-Royce. He placed Han Dai on the passenger seat, and Han Dai used her small hand to pound his chest in displeasure. "Baby, if you stay at home all day, you will suffocate. You need to come out and bask in the sun more often," he said. Han Dai is currently in a fit of anger and hasn't heard He Yuxiao talk at all. She just plays with her phone and sends a message to Xiao Lu. "Lulu, do you have a phone this morning? Let's go shopping together." As soon as the message is sent, Xiao Lu replies, "All right, let's go to Ruibang." Han Dai turned her head and coquettishly said to He Yuxiao, "Little brother, I want to go to Ruibang with Lulu. Where can you take me? Is that okay?" He Yuxiao sighed helplessly. Since her own baby is going, she can only take her there. "Then I'll come pick you up tonight, okay?" "Okay." Ruibang is very close to He Yuxiao's company, and it's only a 20-minute walk, and soon we'll be there. Han Dai got off the car and said goodbye to He Yuxiao, then ran towards Xiao Lu and said, "Lulu, should we go to the clothing store and take a look? I want to buy a suit for He Yuxiao. He's about to have a birthday. I haven't seen you for a few days. You've reached this point where I happen to be going to buy clothes and give them to a friend of mine." Xiao Lu refers to He Yuxiao's assistant, Yuxiao. Xiao Lu had met Yuxiao before and was fortunate enough to add him to QQ. When she found out that he was about to pass away, she wanted to buy him a nice suit. Han Dai picked a black suit for He Yuxiao. Although it was very expensive, Han Dai thought that she had not bought a very expensive gift for He Yuxiao recently. This suit was 9 figures, and Han Dai was still a bit distressed. Han Dai imagined that He Yuxiao was handsome in a suit, wild and eager, and her dream of dominating the country had not yet been completed. Xiao Lu brought her back to reality. "Lulu, what's wrong? I see you have just been in a daze for a long time. What's the matter?" Han Dai shyly lowered her head and quickly changed the topic to ask, "Have you bought clothes for your friend?" Xiao Lu shook her head because she didn't know the size of Huiqiu's clothes yet, so she didn't buy clothes. Just now, her mind was also hot, thinking about buying clothes for Huiqiu. "Xiao Dai, I want to go to a watch store." Later, Xiao Lu bought a new watch that looked very nice. At noon, Han Dai and Xiao Lu had lunch at the new Chinese restaurant in Ruibang. They were all snacks, so all the dishes they ordered were finished. As a good example of clean your plate campaign, they were full of food. Han Dai proposed to walk to He Yuxiao's company, just like this. Before arriving at He Yuxiao's company, Han Dai went in. Because some people knew Han Dai smoothly boarded the CEO's elevator, which went straight to the entrance of the CEO's office. Han Dai is very happy to push open the door of the office. He said there was a woman sitting on a man's lap inside. Han Dai was dizzy and ran out of the office door. He Yuxiao saw Han Dai running out and knew his little fool had misunderstood. She quickly pushed away the person on her body, and Xiao Lu saw Han Dai running out of the office. After realizing it, He Yuxiao had a big misunderstanding. If my younger brother couldn't explain clearly, he would jump into the yellow river and not be able to wash it clean. "Brother, there won't be a misunderstanding, right? Why don't you go chase after me?" Chapter 10. Misblaming Husband. You are listening at novelfull.audio. He Yuxiao quickly ran out and chased after the cold butterfly, afraid that his little fool would do something outrageous. Han Dai and Xiao Lu arrived at the newly opened bar. Xiao Lu immediately noticed that Han Dai was unhappy and thought something must have happened. "Little Han, what's wrong with you?" Han Dai lowered her head and said, "I saw He Yuxiao with another woman sitting on his lap, sobbing." Xiao Lu quickly comforted, "But he doesn't seem to be that kind of man, could it be a misunderstanding?" Now no matter what Xiao Lu said, Han Dai couldn't listen and ordered a lot of alcohol. When Han Dai was in a bad mood, she liked to drink. Xiao Lu quickly called over the person who had played well with her in college before, and she couldn't accompany Han Dai because she didn't drink too much herself. After a few drinks, she collapsed. He Yuxiao was still in a hurry to find Han Dai. As He Yuxiao's assistant, Huiqiu saw it and looked puzzled. Isn't it still showing affection this morning? Now what's going on? Mr. He, is something wrong with his wife? He Yuxiao sighed long and rubbed his eyebrows. My sister is back today, isn't she? She knew I wanted a partner and said she wanted to come back from Hainan to see her. She just arrived this morning and came to see me, just as Han Dai saw her. He Yuxiao's sister was very kind to him. She hadn't seen him for many years, so she hugged her own brother and kissed him. Then, Han Dai saw her. Huiqiu said he had Xiao Lu's contact information, but Xiao Lu didn't tell them where they were. Unexpectedly, He Yuxiao was just messing around with the computer and soon locked their positions, driving his own Rolls-Royce to the bar. He Yuxiao thought to himself, Han Dai, you're finished tonight. You dare to let me go to the bar to play. You're really brave. It must be something I'm used to. When I enter the bar, there's a very bright magic light. He Yuxiao saw it at a glance. Han Dai, who was holding a glass, snatched the glass and took the person away. You bastard, let go of me, I don't want you. You're looking for someone outside, sobbing. Xiao Lu still looked bewildered and didn't know how they found her here. Huiqiu saw that Xiao Lu seemed to have drunk a lot too, so he wanted to take her back. Miss Xia, it seems that you have also drunk a lot of wine, and I can take you back. Xiao Lu didn't feel embarrassed to refuse, so she pulled Wenqing and got into Huiqiu's car. Huiqiu glanced at Xiao Lu, whose face was very red. Are you okay? I feel like you can't drink. I heard from your friend that you got drunk after a few drinks. Don't drink outside next time, it's not safe. Xiao Lu kept nodding, I know. You're Lu. Friend, thank you for bringing us back. You're welcome, help me take care of her. It's not my best friend. Don't I know? You need to take good care of her. Warm roast in her heart, I don't need you to say that I know this. She is also my best friend. Huiqiu felt relieved. He sent them home and left. Wow, Lulu, what's going on? That person just now was your boyfriend, so I feel like I'm taking care of you. Xiao Lu didn't know how to answer her. It's not boyfriend yet, but it's coming soon. As soon as Wenqing heard it, she wanted to continue gossiping, so Xiao Lu fell asleep. When he got home, He Yuxiao put Han Dai on the bed and said, Baby, don't make a fuss, okay? You didn't even listen to my explanation, so you ran out and drank so much alcohol. Han Dai pouted unhappily, and He Yuxiao said, Baby, the one you saw today is my sister. She came back from Hainan and came back to see me. It's been a long time since we last met, so let's get closer. Don't be jealous next time, okay? Han Dai nodded. He Yuxiao knew that her little fool must have drunk too much, so she wiped her face with a hot handkerchief. Finally, she hugged her little fool and went to bed, not forgetting to kiss her face. Unfortunately, such a happy couple is not truly happy. He Yuxiao's father, He Bo, went out in a car accident and unfortunately killed Han Dai's parents. Han Dai was heartbroken and swore to kill He Yuxiao.